Morality is just a fiction used by the herd of inferior human beings to hold back the few superior men. Now, I think he only means this in the way of how people will kind of pressure you with what they think is morale. And so, let's say you are the superior guy, right? Like there's perceived morale, then there's what is morale. And the thing is, it can be used against you to where it's not real. It's just used to keep people in check in the way that certain people want them to be checked in, rather than it being actually morale. Because I definitely don't think he thinks that morale is not real or something, or that it's only because people try to hold people back. But yeah, it's definitely something that can be used to limit or keep people in control, because then, and there's a good and bad side to that, of course, but that's a whole other good conversation for another day, I guess. What do you think? No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself. I agree with this one. It's one of those things where it's like, that is literally what it's all about. Even when you think of the thing that it mirrors, let's say for example, video games, right? When a guy is playing video games, we like video games because it gives us that challenge, that game to play, to do those challenges. We get better, and then we look cooler, we're stronger, right? We can do more cooler things, and we're more capable. That's literally just a mirroring of what we actually want in our own life. And after enough extended time of doing that, you will see that like you're not actually all that happy. But once you actually do that in your own life, you will actually be more fulfilled, because not only are you progressing and you're going through those challenges, like you could say that life is a game, and then through those challenges, through that adversity, the experience, you will get stronger, especially as you seek it. There's a difference between the person who seeks challenge and the one who comes across challenge, you know? It's like, for one, it's an opportunity, it's a growth. For the other, it's an inconvenience. What do you think? If you are ruled by mind, you are a king. If by body, a slave. Yes, but at the same time, it's a thing of, you also gotta watch what you're thinking too. Of course, once you develop a mindset or a strong frame of mind, and that's what you rule yourself by, then yes. But if your mind is weak, then your body's gonna be weak, you know? Of course, there's that part of your body that's like, if you listen to it, you know, your urges and stuff, yeah, you're gonna be a slave. But also there's that part of, you still gotta be careful of your mind, because until you do the work, it's not gonna be necessarily your greatest of friend, you know what I mean? So yes and no, at least in my opinion. Let me know what you think. You will not find yourself, you have to build yourself. Now, I agree with this one, because one thing that I've always noticed, like in culture or movies or whatever, people, it was always a thing of, we gotta find ourselves, right? We gotta find ourselves. And my question at one point was like, wait, how do you even find yourself? Like, what does that even mean? And when I thought about it, it was like, well, if you are what you do, and if what you do is affected by how you think, if what you're feeling can also affect what you do, that's affected by what you think, and if what you think is going to be affected by information and experiences and things like that, then it's like, you are what you make yourself to be. You're not just like, to find yourself means that whatever you are, it's already there. And then that would completely oppose the whole concept of change or growth, because then if there's already a you that is you, then based off of that, it's implied that there's nothing else. Because if you were to find yourself, let's say you could find yourself, if you could find yourself, then you would be set, basically, because then you would have found yourself. There wouldn't be anything else to do when it comes to self. And so that completely opposes the ideas of even like, oh, you having to grow or change or improve, that I just do not agree with. I think the reason why after you say I am, like for example, let's say you say I am sad, right? When you're really feeling sad. The reason why that's such a powerful thing is because then you reiterate to yourself, you tell yourself repeatedly that that's what you are, rather than it's a feeling. Because when you say I'm feeling sad, that's when you and then your body, your mind recognizes that, okay, this isn't me, this is a feeling, and feelings come and go. But once you say I am, that's when it becomes more of a part of you. That's when you're gonna stick with the sad rather than treating it as what it is, and an emotion.